Ladies and gentlemen, we are back already. Vega Squadron up 1-0 in its best of 3 elimination series up against Team Spirit. We've already had to battle back out of the similar depth deficit up against Gambit earlier today. Can it do the same against the Sharks? I don't know, they've been looking pretty good and pretty scary so far here ever since their break from Bucharest. Of course, not too many games played since then, but we'll see. Like in band, Death Prophet, and no surprise, the Dark Willow. Team Spirit do not want to deal with any of that.
Oh, so surprising.
Rubik first pick. Pretty solid.
Not something we see every day, but Beaver is really good with this hero, and I think Beaver plays it mostly, but FNG certainly can handle it as well.
Yeah.
10 seconds.
And in the current meta, it feels like there's always at least a couple of spells that's like really good for Rubik to steal.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like there's never a bad game for Rubik, ever since the change to the null field as well. Just the ability to use it aggressively too, which is means that you can somewhat draft a little bit around that too.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
Tiny. Let's see the Witch Doctor here, perhaps?
Yeah, maybe. Like, it's...
Witch Doctor Disruptor.
I'd like to see something like Tusk here.
Tusk would be fun. We haven't seen any Tusk today.
Yeah. Ghostbrew, perhaps. You guys also run that up against Double Dimension. Who knows? I mean, the world's the oyster at this point. They're gonna go for the Witch Doctor, so you get that point.
I mean, it is the most safe one to assume, so...
Yeah.
And I go with the next, it's the classic against Tiny. It's just a very good matchup. It's also quite nice against Witch Doctor. So... I'm always a little bit like, when someone picks next this early though. Even if it's very good against Tiny, it's like...
10 seconds.
The hero has some, like, very good counters against him. And I think the hero really wants to kind of steamroll from laning stage and just kind of take over the game. And if you pick him this early, you can abuse that fact and pick heroes that are just good against him in lane. You kind of put him to the test. I know that Vega loves to go Abaddon versus Lifestealer.
Oh yeah.
That seems to be something that Bliss like prefers. So if it's not bad here, it's a pretty good chance they're gonna pick it up, I think.
Also plenty of other heroes like
5 seconds remaining.
Omni Knight still in the pool who can be decent, I think. Razor comes to mind against Lifesteal in general, just against melee heroes like that.
Yeah.
Can't ban out everything, right? That's the point. Especially if you use one ban on the Bounty Hunter. What is that about?
It's I think it's a little bit of a Vega hero. I think it's Sayats. Yeah, Sayats. Like he really plays that hero a lot, and the hero is very popular in the meta right now. Super annoying, just constantly sniping your courier, and the track kills are, just amazing for being ahead or behind. It's always more goal,
Yep.
And the roaming is just obnoxious to deal with. So it's a very strong hero in the meta right now. I'm actually surprised we haven't seen it at all today, or barely banned.
Oh.
They ban out OD, and this tells me Abaddon. Fuck.
Well, it can still come out, right? Train Protector is more of a support hero. It's a very uncommon one as well, but that together with the Witch Doctor, it's
really good against Nax too. The root just from his hit and then his ultimate, like, it's so obnoxious for any melee hero really to play against Train Protector.
Yep. Living Armor as well makes it harder for Lifestealer to just quickly burst somebody down during that open wounds time. You have some of the damage block, and not to mention that with the Train Protector on the field, you need some serious push to bring down towers in one go. There's no chipping away at it.
We could see DK here. It's not been banned. OD is banned now, which is one of the better counters against DK.
Yeah. And I feel like DK is... That only works if you have your team essentially with you to make sure that you can freely hit the tower and not be zoned out by like overwhelming force essentially.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not too terribly fast either. It's more focused on just getting a few hits in here and there, and if no one's responding, yeah, sure, you can
Radiant
kill the tower in one go, but I don't know, I feel like he needs something like his Death Prophet, which has been banned out, or maybe even Pugna.
This draft is going crazy, by the
Yeah.
way. 3
It really is.
and a keeper in the same game.
Gonna be so much sustain from both sides, right? At the very least, once Coral gets an axe, I mean, that could be come in extremely handy in the later parts of the game. If both of these heroes somehow get the money for an axe. Field Protector has a much harder time farming it up than Coral has, obviously. So might not even see it come out with the trees all over the place, but once you do, Coral can always scout them out with the axe gem. Or scout out the tree and himself.
Oh my god!
What
I
is
was gonna
going
say
on?
Bristle, and now I just sound stupid because I'm saying Bristle makes a lot of sense here because it's kind of nice against Tiny because Tiny has no armor, and it's a hero which you just 5-man down lanes with, and like you just stay on a lane until the tower is dead, which is kind of what you want against Stream Protector because you have a lot of sustain with Bristle. He just front lines.
Yep.
So it kind of works nice against Stream Protector because, but then again, Treant is nice against him too, in some extent, because of the roots. You can kind of control him in team fights.
And still needs damage to bring him down.
Yeah. This Visage, is this a Visage mid? Visage...
Should be core Visage, right? I mean, just no other way to run it.
Yeah, for sure. I wonder if it's mid, safe lane, or maybe even something offlane. I actually think Visage should be an offlane here. I think it could be really strong. As
I think they've run that hero in a while. Looking at the past drafts here for Vega Squadron.
Visage Treant dual offlane? That sounds disgusting.
Yeah. It would make a lot of sense as well, right? To just try and dodge out this Bristol Keep of the Light Lane, because it is very obnoxious to deal with the double quills and everything. Like, it's gonna get out of hand very fast, even if you have an early stick. So, one way to respond to that would be to just go for some aggro lane of yourself. Try and put on some more pressure on the Lifestealer.
Yeah. It would make... I really do think they're gonna... But they need to have a hero that can lane against this Keeper Bristol. I don't think Tiny is the option. Visage is an option, I think. Think it should work okay, but it doesn't... I don't think they picked Visage to have him get wrecked by a Bristle call. Put it like that.
Yeah. It wouldn't make sense, would it? But yeah, last couple of bands coming out, Team Spirit taking the time to think about it. Like, I think with Bristle, like, the later the game goes, the more he's affected by being kited around. So, I don't know, I wouldn't be too surprised to see them ban out some more control and, just Terrorblade, alright.
I was thinking about Terrorblade because the armor is obviously really nice against Lifestealer and Bristle.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have a lot of HP pool, which is like Coddle can really screw with him in the laning stage.
Yeah.
But outside of that, yeah, their lineup is very physical oriented, so. Okay. Bristle Underlord mid, Bristle Coddle offlane, or just Bristle mid?
I think it's mid-Bristle, yeah. Right now Vega has to decide whether they really want to send a Visage there. They recognize that same thing. They switch their lanes around because this is far from your normal game.
Oh, that's a really good pick.
Yeah.
I think that pick just destroyed Team Spirit because it's amazing as both Bristleback and Lifestealer. Like for the Link, of course, but the minus armor that his ultimate provides is really good against Bristleback. Yeah, like it makes you be able to kill this hero somewhat.
Yep.
Yeah, the Link. I think I'm definitely favoring Vega in this one.
It's so hard for me to call. Like if I would err on the side of Vega as well, just because Bristleback in general is he's not picked much for a reason, right? Because he has so many glaring issues that it's normally very hard to account for, even if you have a Coddle. Like, sure, you have that cheeky, yes, there's two quills at the same time, eventually, right? But and you have the mana sustain and everything. But what is the synergy beyond that? It's very hard for Coddle in particular to just make sure that the fights center around the Bristleback. That's the way you win these kind of team fights, right? If Vega Squadron can't just run away from you. But I feel like they can, because Stream Protector just throws on ultimate and then they walk away.
Pretty
And
much.
there's not a whole lot that Team Spirit can do. Sure, they have the Underlord with the root, but that's mediocre. You have Rubik, also mediocre, unless he steals some extra control spells somehow from Vega.
Like, war stuffs are gonna make life miserable
Oh, yeah.
for Team Spirit. That's for sure. So I would definitely say they are drafted, yeah, and they have some lifting to do to win this game. But once again, draft only matters so much. It comes down all to how you execute.
Prepare for
Oh
battle.
yeah. Won't be the first time where I call the drafts. Oh yeah, this is so good, so much in favor of this one team that the other team just straight up wins. Like
That happens basically every time.
happens.
So
yeah. Didn't that happen exactly like that when we were casting NA the other day?
yeah, it happened every time. I think.
Yeah.
Like we said, oh, this draft is better, and then the other draft won. So
Yeah. It was VGJ Storm vs Immortals, I remember that. Oh no, not VGJ Storm, Pikachu vs Immortals.
yeah, blue Pikachu.
Because Pikachu got the death win against Complexity.
And they are going Visage safe lane, by the way. So I wonder if that's something they like changed up after. Actually, what is this? Is this? I think because
30
Team Spirit saw
seconds
that
to
Blizzard took Razor, they're expecting like, okay, it's gonna be Razor offlane, so we're gonna wanna run Lifestealer somewhere else, which is mid, and then go Underlord safe lane. And Vega expects them to think so, therefore Blizzard goes mid. That's what I think.
What?
'Cause as you can see now, Ildan is going mid, because Vega is expecting them to dodge Razor offlane,
Yeah.
which is obvious because it's Blizzard Razor.
The battle
That's
Yeah.
why they go Razor mid, and like now they get the lanes they want.
How mid-level steep is that now? Like,
No, but that's seriously what's
Oh.
going on in a lot of games in the beginning. It's like, you know,
yeah.
are they gonna juke us? So we need to juke them. Like it's a dance of the mind.
That seems to be working out, Zayats. Sees DK Phobos up top now. Could potentially just strike the creeps if he wants to, but for now it's just staying in this. Yeah, well, Jig is up now, Blizzy. Get some stealthing. Just a bit of damage up against Ilden, who does have to help him with FNG, so that's certainly useful. Does leave us with this offlane dual lane, probably the most standard way to run this year. As far
Yeah.
as Spirit is concerned. Again, double quills already coming into play with the first level chakra magic.
Tune is sitting on a pretty 91 damage, level 1.
Yeah, it's normal. It's perfectly adequate.
Bonk.
I mean, that the percentage-based reduction is gonna do a number on it, I guess, from the atrophy aura, but still ridiculous.
Yeah. Blizzard went a point in unstable current level 2 actually, which is not the most usual, because I would imagine against Nax you just want to hold the lane on your high ground and then outlasted him. But with unstable current, like you're always gonna push the lane a little bit because you're gonna continuously, you know, hit the creeps with it.
Yeah, you can stay out of range. Like if the creeps are normally just hitting each other. But it's a little bit more tricky for sure
Big
now.
armor, he's gonna die
Yeah.
a bit.
He's taking a lot of damage, but not from Rubik, not from Illidan. Slow was still there, he's gonna need some help. Nice little extra body blocks. And will this be the first battle? Will be indeed.
that's so
FNG
weak.
snacks that away, and that's not the way that
Already
you would expect that lane to go.
Already we see our predictions down the drain.
Yeah.
We're about to.
Well,
Yeah,
on the other hand,
that's
we'd
a-
get more Dota in the game 3, so
It's true.
it's not
There's
like
an
we'd be
upside.
unhappy. Yeah. Zayat's just bullying DK Phobos out of lane, so top lane is a new safe lane. Unshark upgraded to position 1 farm.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
He's Storm from Beaver, yeah, it's Palatimos doesn't even stick. Bit of an issue. He has to be super careful down here.
Yeah, you can't even get to the side shop and buy it.
Dire's top tower
He has help
is
from
under
Slayer,
attack.
so only so much a Witch Doctor can do. He's level 2 at the very least, so Cask and Melodict available in case they find some sort of opening, but if they were to have any sort of real kill potential, it requires Zayats to abandon up top. Which you could reasonably do right now, especially since
Dire's top tower
DK
is
Phobos
under
is somewhere
attack.
else entirely.
I mean, they're actually getting this tower. Phobos is not enjoying his time.
Well, it's just what's gonna happen against the Tiny if you let him. Just continue whacking away at the tower with the tree, even level 1. It just starts that up.
Yeah. Team Spirit is doing really well in this mid lane, and it's because FNG is there. Like, he makes sure that Blissey can't just freely do whatever he wants, which is drain Illidan and then just out CS him. Like, he's always there to make sure that Illidan can somewhat get some last hits and whatnot.
Yeah. Look at this bottom lane though. Beaver and G, they're just skipping the creep wave. Palming it up behind the tower, just daring Vega to come in, but again, there's not a whole lot they can do. Unless... yeah, nah. Absolutely fine.
Dire's top tower is under
But the difference is, they can still keep the heroes here on the side of Vega. They prevent any sort of chip damage coming out on the tower. I say top tier 1, done 450 health points already. EK4 was forced jungle very early on. This is not where you want to be
Dire's top
as an
tower
underlord.
is under attack.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, they're gonna lose this tower pre 5 minutes, and it's pretty rough to already
And
do
again, body block, access slow from Illidan.
Dire's top
Gonna
tower
try again, no static link available for quite a while here. Blizzy gets
that.
some
The
help
armor.
with the armor, and that's just barely enough to bring him to his own high ground.
Yeah, but Razor is not where he wants to be right now, because he's not... Even Nex is ahead of him in CS, so... And he obviously wants to own this, but even if he doesn't necessarily crush this lane or whatever, he's still so useful against the heroes of the Team Spirit.
Yeah. Nothing else, you take
Right.
one of them out of the fight, like if you get a good static link off, right? Oh,
Like,
top
it's
lane.
so hard for Nex and Bristle to play game against Razor, especially Nex.
Well, be careful, was try to farm, but 2 heroes punch him down.
Denied.
This make it look so easy.
Just so underfarmed or underleveled. He doesn't have anything real on the Phobo, so he's not that fat underlord that we all know.
Underlevels, underfarmed, underlord. Could be a good slogan on a some sort of political attack ad. If, that was a thing.
Seems good.
Alright, so smoke up actually now from Slayer as he leaves the bottom lane. Smoke will be revealed. Might still find the initiation of the FNG. His Undershock now also reveals himself. The cask only bouncing once, but certainly enough to secure the kill onto the Rubik.
Yeah, and they might pressure this mid lane with the catapult.
Dire are scanning.
So now the question becomes, with the bottom lane being the only lane that really goes super well for Team Spirit. I mean, mid lane, of course, Illidan has been able to keep up, but now with the extra rotations, makes it a little bit tricky here with FNG having to feel more threatened. So, what is this Coddle Bristle combo going to do going forward now?
What they're gonna like? Of course, he wants his Vanguard first on Bristol, maybe even the Hood, and they wanna take the ancient stack that Beaver has been stacking for G, and he wants to become like very, very fat, like top of the net worth, and just on top of that being a Bristle, you know, so unkillable practically.
Yeah.
And then they wanna kind of go on the towers and slowly chip the towers down, so Treant can heal them up. Because if you don't actually stay enough, so the towers
Radiant's
actually
bottom
dies,
tower
like
is
he's
under
just gonna heal
attack.
them up.
Yep.
But that's what Bristle allows you to do, because he can just sustain through all harass and whatnot, because of the innate like abilities of the hero.
Radiant structures
Yep.
are fortified.
Just like they do now on the bottom lane, they're always starting it like they just wanna pressure this tower until it
Radiant's
dies.
bottom tower
Yep.
is under attack.
Go for the heal on top of the fortification, so a few extra health points secured, but gonna need to commit some heroes here to just shoo G away.
Radiant's
Yeah,
bottom
it's
tower
like still
is
too early. He
under
doesn't even have Vanguard. He doesn't even have Ring of Health, so he still needs some time to charge up.
Radiant's bottom
Oh,
tower is
Panathinaikos.
under attack.
Is she in trouble here?
Yeah, I think he's in trouble.
It does have another Grave Chill and Slayer coming through, so... Huh. Not a single point in the soul assumption, so no way to even do some
Tiny's here.
damage. Tiny though. Oh yeah, that's good to something with the full combo, and that's enough.
Perfect.
All
That's
right.
so big. And this is before like he's really started to take off on Bristle. That's when you can gank him, like when he's trying to just greed up to his Vanguard and Hood and whatnot.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's
It was all alone behind enemy lines essentially, and as I said, got a little bit too greedy.
You just lose so much of the potential momentum you're gonna have in a little while.
Yeah.
'Cause you're delaying your item progression with how many minutes? 1 or 2 minutes.
Especially if they can find him again right now. They have the Wizard Words now available too. For some extra bit of control right now. There it is. There's one, there's two. Undershock is there with the Avalanche, whatever, Slayer. They want to get the Maledict off first. They possibly
Just
can. It's just sitting in the corner. But he's doing a lot of damage in return. Slayer barely being kept alive. Sayats coming in strong from across the map. Saving his teammates, so yeah. Riding the edge.
And now Bristle even said he's going a drum now, so he's not even gonna have this. I think he really needs a Crimson against Visage though, and even the Reckless of Razor one. Like Crimson is the best item against Visage because the burst starts to do like no damage.
Yep.
But for now he's decided to go to drum, and yeah, Bristle is not happy. Like he died twice now before he really hit his strong point.
Bristle's happy. Is not happy. Phobos is not happy. Illidan happy? He's also sitting at like the same kind of net worth as his Bristleback. Same as the Razor too, but once again we see a Tiny that just completely off the charts. 72 last hits, 5,200 net worth on Undershock.
Yeah, he's very big.
Almost has enough money for a Blink Dagger.
I mean, actually, Palatinos, he is not happy. He just finished his Helm of Dominator. On the other hand, Sayat is sitting on the same net worth, so he's just been farming away on this Treant.
Radiant's bottom tower is under
Begs the question, who's the real core here?
Yeah. And of course, the fact that Sayat is so high level, or he's not that high level, but he's like doing okay. Like the living armor is gonna be a big impact on these fights, or whenever Spirit is going on anyone.
Yep.
Because they don't really have a lot of tick damage. They just have this, yeah, right clicks or fade bolt or.
has fallen.
And one thing with Treant Protector is that on his level 10 he has 2 more living armor block instances, which I think he's gonna take as a talent. It's really good.
Yeah.
It makes it even harder to kill anyone they're going for.
Took care of tier 1 mid. Bottom tier 2 is now in a threat as Undershock, just working away at that. Illidan is there to try and stop him, but it's also Catapult helping out. Zayat's stripping from the side with his own ultimate available. Slayer, not quite level 6 just yet. The 3 heroes here will not probably get it from this creep either. And come on. Die creep. I want to see whether Slayer can get his level 6. He can, not with a deny. He's bad. That would be big, right? If you manage to find Illidan with a bit of control, therefore on top.
I mean, that would. I think if they could kill Nyx once, because he's sitting on 0 death, so of course, like, not having the greatest game, but he's not having a bad game either. You want to kill him to make sure that he feels bad.
Yeah. Wow. So it sounds so evil, but it's true, right?
That's how it goes.
Yeah. They get the tower for free, as it turns out. As Team Spirit do not want to overcommit there.
During that time, though, G was allowed to farm away on his ancient stack, so he got his drums. He's going a halberd now, which I kind of like that. It's quite a nice item.
It's gonna die to this.
But I think it's
yeah, with the bird stairs, down, stun, and the Maledict should be enough to take him out despite the bristleback. And there it is.
That's tough. That's another. I mean, the halberd, it's nice. It's a lot of mischance when birds and stuff are hitting. It's really good against Razor, but I feel like this Crimson into maybe halberd would have been really bad, really good. But he's having a tough game.
He feels like he has to become more active earlier. Just with drums being able to run people down, the Halberd just to try and take out Razor or the Tiny.
Yeah. The drums certainly are nice.
Alright, so Team Spirit is trying to farm away, but Illidan very far forward here. There's a rotation coming through. CIS is staying in as long as he can, but the rate is always going to be there. Even with the blink and the shock. Not quite fast enough.
You can tell they want to kill Illidan. And it looks... I would imagine Illidan is going to go for the Radiance build because... I mean, he's meeting a Razor. He's just not... The chance of him just freely hitting away in a team fight is not as big. And then the Radiance build is good because it allows you to be useful even if you can't necessarily hit because you've been static linked.
Yep. Well, Palantimos. Medallion of Courage. Helm of the Dominator straight into Roche, trying to solo it up. It's gonna take forever, so I'm in shock. Gonna lend a hand or perhaps a tree, one of those. As Slayer dropping down some wards, just scouting out where Team Spirit is at as they're farming up some more stacks here. G, continue to soak up money as much as he can.
It's taking forever, but it's working because it's taking forever. Because they're doing it so early that it's like so unexpected.
Yeah.
And Bliss is actually showing bottom as well, which makes it be even more tricky to read.
Oh. Alright, Witch Doctor tried to soul kill FNG, but Digphobos was there as well. Undershock can't come in to help though. Finish job on one. Digphobos should be fine in the back. And Devin Earns will just heal themselves back up. No problems whatsoever. So on top of the Roshan falling, should also be a tier 2 unless Team Spirit can pull out some sort of big team fight. But Undershock, okay, the cast gotta bounce the Meltix. Oh god, they even keep the cast going with the toss back onto Beaver. Also caught by the Meltix, he will die. Oh.
Vega is just... They're playing so good.
Yeah. Team Spirit caught off guard. Not the place to TP to, as it turns out, but hey. Now it's an invitation to go high ground. Yeah, toss back perhaps onto the Bristleback. Normally not the way what you want to take this team fight, but yeah, he's not at all. Barely doing any damage whatsoever. And now guess what? They also have Meteor Hammer on. Who has it? The tree, of course. Why the hell not? That's the tier 3. 15.5 minutes in. Again, Vega with a lineup that says nope. Or with a playstyle that says, nah, we just want to win the games. You know? Don't want to play long games of Dota. We just want to win these games, and certainly a good path to do that right here, right now.
Ooh, both birds died, but has to resummon. However, Milrax's down, and Illidan he's sitting on 3.2k gold, so I would assume he's gonna go for this Radiance build.
What else do you do at this point? Commit for
the
something
question
like that.
Question is Vega gonna like go a second side before he's even have time to finish it?
Yeah.
They might just like truck down bottom lane now. What stops them?
So much money still left in this lane. Tier 1 completely full health as well.
Yeah.
It's so odd to see here. See that be the circumstance when it's already racks down.
I guess what can buy Spirit time is if Beaver can successfully delay it with a couple of Color Blasts. But that's scary against the Tiny Blink, so he needs to be aware about his positioning.
Very sneaky. Bowling catapults will be finished off as well. No big commitment from Vega once again. Not overextending one little bit. Even though they do have that Aegis available here for Visage.
I actually really like... That's one point I've noticed about Vega, like how they... We talked about it last game as well, like how they're just good at not taking like more than they can handle. They're always just taking it easy, but still pressuring the issue, like... It's just nice to see.
Yeah. Both teams right now spending a lot of time. Spirits looking for defense, waiting for the push to come. But Vega who just farming up on more places at the same time. Slayer also perhaps setting up. Not so much into Illidan, this can't really kill him.
Digphobos is on the bottom, he might survive this one.
The wood coming through. Whew, bit of melons really saved them there, I believe.
Yeah.
Make sure that the right clicks can't come in easily.
Dire's bottom tower
Of course, him and Beaver is gonna do his best at just delaying.
Oh, Undershock. Finds the avalanche, toss back onto Blizzy, starts dealing some damage from DK4 as he's being blinded by the Coddle. But there's still plenty of extra control left, another root even.
So tanky.
Science with the plays, popping in another tree so he can stay in this, get the root
Or
off.
does
And
he?
so far, Slayer looking to try and finish the job. Already used his ultimate, so it's gonna have to be right click. It's not really going to work. Instead, they find F&J. Illidan only now TPing in. Slayer is behind enemy lines himself now, so he should end up dropping in the end. Science can throw out one more living armor.
Oh, the living armor. Look at how tanky he was. He was a witch doctor and he like...
are scanning.
They were doing no damage to him while he had these damage block instances in Coddle.
Oh,
Alright,
TP.
does stick out in the end, and Science with a TP. Nothing to stop that.
He
What a
did go
game.
the living armor instances, so... It's even harder to kill targets.
11-2. It's not like it's been that much of a bloodbath really, it's just been Vega being so fast with the execution on the objectives and making the most out of every single kill. Like, it's not been like, oh yeah, this is a kill and nothing else happens on the back of that.
Yep, and I do like the fact that Undershock, he is going for the Silver Edge, which is of course one of the best items against Bristleback. Since you do remove the entire Bristleback effect for 4 seconds, 5 maybe?
4 seconds, I believe.
Yeah, I think so too.
So it's gonna come in handy.
Gonna go on G once more.
Yep. There's one for toss back, perhaps.
Yep.
There it is. And into extra roots, extra stuns, but Beaver's there once again with the 4-star with the blinding light. Just buying the space, but that was so necessary. If he was not there, ready to go, would have been that Bristleback, even without the Silver Edge.
Yeah. Really nice position from Beaver to always kind of be nearby. Ooh, FNG stole living armor. That's a really nice one.
Oh, wow.
I guess probably won't be enough to save this. Actually, it could be enough.
I don't know. You still have to get the heroes away from that, and okay, Undershock is a different plan, just initiating straight in. Now Blizzy coming in, following up, dragging a lot of damage away from DK4, was his Undershock being tossed around as FNG steals that instead. DK4 was forced to go into an ultimate again, but this time he will not be successful in time. And Undershock just TP's out, and there's nothing left to cancel it.
Has fallen.
Sure, why not? That's normal, right? I mean, people TPing out outside of the, or just out of the enemy base.
However, Illidan will have his radiance when he goes back to base now, so that is something that is going Team Spirit's way. Maybe they can make something work with this.
Yeah, he's been quietly
It's a
farming
tall
away.
order, but
The bridge now online. Look at this though. Already a bit of a counter here from the Razor being picked up. Pipe of Insight. Gonna be useful against the Radiance Burn, useful against the Cuddle Blast. You can
yeah, it's a
dive a
very
little bit
nice
deeper.
item this game.
Alright, already take care of the other shrine here on the other side. So this last outer tier building available for Team Spirit.
Slow and steady as always.
Dire's top shrine.
You were trying to do a split push, but that's not even scary. Normally at this point in the game, at least you get 1 or 2 best of one, not best of ones, tier 1 towers out of the picture, but Green Protector made that impossible. So they have so much buffer, so much time to go high ground, even if one of these lanes is shoved in against them.
Yeah. Are they seeing? No. I was thinking if they see Bristle back here. Sias spots him out now. But the rest of the team moved away.
Yeah.
Otherwise they could have killed him here. With the Silver Edge.
Alright, still go for it now. Undershock found himself a DD rune to work with.
Radiant's
The
bottom
Blizzard
Yeah,
sticks
he
around.
definitely
Yeah, that's the first route. Overgrowth. First and normal,
Second
second route.
Third
Third route. Don't even need the overgrowth. They just use it anyway to catch a keep of the light as he's TPing out. Will be successful actually, so that's interesting. Meanwhile, in the
This is
front,
indeed.
Blizzy It's actually alone against 3 heroes, but it's not even enough for Team Spirit. DK Phobos tries to carry lifesteal away with the ultimate, but he just gets bursted down. Illidan not out the woods yet either here. Does not have rage for another 2 seconds. They just right click in down. No buyback on any of these heroes, and just like that, this might be the end of it.
Dire's structures
I
Lizzie.
don't see them holding this one.
280 damage
Doing
stolen.
what he can, but Andishok just blinks right on top of him and makes him unable to shoot more blasts.
Yeah.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
At the very least, this will be a 1 more set of axe.
Dire's top tower.
10 seconds until Bristle back is back.
Dire's top
He can
barracks
start
are
bristling
under
again.
attack. Dire's top barracks has fallen.
With the bristles on his back. You know, because that's what he does. You get it? No? Okay.
What did you say? I didn't follow.
Bristle back will be back with the bristles on his back. So we can start
Oh
bristling.
god. I'm glad I didn't hear that.
Cut that.
Is a great conductor.
It's like
It's a lot of
Lion's
backs.
line, you know. To hell and back to hell and back.
Oh yeah. Lion and his confusion.
Yeah. Well, it's looking rather grim for Team Spirit. They have maybe 1 more team fight in them.
Maybe. I mean, they're for sure gonna stick it out because this is the elimination game, but looks quite tough. They need to pull a rabbit out of the hat, and Ilna is being gone on the top lane here.
This doesn't help. Not at all. Just gets bursted down to 1/3 of his life before he can pop the rage and everything else.
Treat is so good against Lifestealer.
Yeah. Right, so that guy down for another 45 seconds. There's a lane going in top, so backdoor will be disabled, but Vega Squadron again. Playing it safe. Not really overcommitting.
Roche is up now.
Gonna get Roche, they're gonna make their way bottom, push out that lane, one would think.
Yeah. Like, they're not gonna stress anything, they're just gonna get it and then see. Maybe they'll just go straight up, but I think they can also just kind of hope to get a pick off. Because it's gonna happen eventually as the game is progressing. Or as it looks at least. They're 20k ahead, so, you know.
Yep.
However, the call is getting very close to an Aghanim's. Maybe that can make them something go their way.
Well, Dota Plus says that Vega has about 99% win probability, if not 100. So that's that.
Well,
Just saying, you know.
Crystal
And
Back's gonna get caught in.
oh, this is such a good play here. Vega just sneaking inside the base. Don't even have the silver edge available for the beginning of that. But they don't need it.
Doesn't even need it.
Oh, so let's boost back down. He does have buyback to find a lift onto Palantimos. And then has to come out strong here, but Palantimos is not someone that you can kill, especially not with
No
that
tanky.
with that tree and stuff coming through. He channels the meteor ham on 3 people, controlled by Undershock. They're all being stunned, they're all being brought down. And Tiny, even if he dies, he's gonna come right back with the Aegis. Everyone else kind of dropping lower and lower on Vega Squadron, but the damage has been done already. Team Spirit forced back into their base as they're not even stopping to get the Megas. They're just working away the tier 4s, forcing the issue here as Effigy dies, Blizzy tossed forward into Illidan. It's Team Spirit. Forget Defense of the Ancients, it's Defense of the Fountain almost. They can barely
Almost,
step
it's-
out of it.
They realized, okay, maybe let's get this last tier 3.
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Maybe a little bit too
Oh,
crazy
Infinity
to
Link.
force it right now. Blizzy eats the cheese here now, ready to go. Still, it's the BKB in his back pocket. Hasn't had to use that yet even.
Yeah,
And
should be game.
Dire's bottom
Hey, here's Aghanim now. Let's turn.
now has
yay.
From Coddle.
Aghanim, stay time, let's go. Maybe not so useful if your base is already dead. GG is called. And Team Spirit, well,
Clinical performance from Vega.
absolutely. They look decent against Gambit, but Vega seem to be on a bit of a different level today.
Yeah, that was just exceptional. Like, once again, they just play their style super mega aggressive. Like, mid game, they just run at your tower, run at your heroes, run you over,
Yep.
and make short work of them.
Alright, certainly dominating performance from them. 2-0 is the scoreline. They will be able to punch their ticket to the finals here of these CIS qualifiers for StarLadder. And they'll face up whoever wins the other part of the bracket. None of those games have been played just yet, but I believe some of these have been confirmed. We'll be back tomorrow with MLG versus Effect at 3 o'clock CET, so be tuned in for that. The next one will be Team Empire versus Flight to Moon the day after at 7 o'clock in the evening. So hope you tune in for that. But for now, eskillz, any last words for the people?
Oh, it was a good couple of games. Really strong performance from Vega, and it should be a good one tomorrow.
Yeah. Alright, then all that's left to be said is follow us on Twitter at dragondrop at eskillz if you enjoyed the cast. Tune in back tomorrow and see you then.
Bye, guys.